tayo ng Math-aral. Sa Math, walang maiiwan. Math-sayang Math-aral, tayo ng Math-tuto upang ikayo masenso. Maging matyaga, maging matalino, halina Math-aral na tayo. Maging matyaga, maging matalino, halina Math-aral na tayo. Halina Math-aral na tayo. Halina Math-aral na tayo. Halina, 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 aral na tayo.
Hello, ako po muli si Mr. Jimenez at ito po ang Project SOAR Quarter 4 Week 3 ng ating CLAID Module. Ayan po, ang i-discuss po natin ngayon is word problem po ng application ng last 2 weeks po na topic natin. Kaya sana po nakapanood po kayo ng last 2 weeks na topic natin para po mas madali po natin siyang masagutan yung topic natin para sa araw na to. Okay, let's start. Ayan po, Quarter 4 Week 3, ang ating topic, it's all about angle of elevation. Ayan, paliwanag po natin kung ano nga ba si angle of elevation. Pero bago yun, ayan, isa-isahin po muna natin ang ating objectives para sa araw na to. First, illustrate the angle of elevation. Second, solve the problems involving angle of elevation. Ayan, i-discuss na po natin si angle of elevation. Okay, ito po yung mga terms na gagamitin natin sa ating word problem or dito sa angle of elevation. The line of sight. The line of sight is an imaginary line that connects the eye of the observer to the object being observed. Ayan po. Kung papansin nyo, meron tayong dalawang line of sight dito po sa ating image, which is the horizontal line of sight. Ito po, yung straight line, that is the horizontal line of sight, which is yung sa mata nyo po, yung diretsyon tingin nyo, that is the horizontal line of sight. And then, this is the line of sight above the observer. Ayan. And then, the angle of elevation is the angle from the horizontal to the line of sight of the observer to the object above. Okay, since si angle of elevation po kasi is formed by the line of sight above the observer and the horizontal line of sight. Okay, that is the angle of elevation. Okay, kaya nga po siya elevation, naka-elevate po. Yung tinitignan natin is nasa above sa atin. So, that is the angle of elevation. The observer po is nasa baba. Yan. Nasa ground po ang ating observer. At yung kanyang ino-observe naman po is nasa taas. Which is para po mabuo ang ating angle of elevation. Ayan po. Now, ayan. Ito pong 5 steps na to ang ginagamit ko sa pag-solve ng word problem involving angle of elevation and angle of depression. First step, write the given information. Second, sketch the graph or illustrate yung kung ano po yung nasa problem natin. Pagdating po sa sketch the graph or illustrate the problem, mas napaka-importante po kasi nito para po makita natin kung nasaan yung right angle at saka yung reference angle po natin. Kasi para ma-identify po natin kung nasaan yung opposite, adjacent, sa hypotenuse. Pag na-identify po natin yun, mas mabilis na tayo makapagsagot. The third step is to identify the trigonometric ratio. Fourth, substitute the given. And the fifth one is simplify. Yan, step by step po talaga siya. Kahit di nyo po ilagay yung step by step, kunyari, step 1, ito, step 2, ganyan, step 3, ganyan. Kahit hindi nyo po ilagay yun, basta po, sunod mo po siya ilagay sunod-sunod nyo po yung pagkakagawa nyo sa kanyang steps. Pero kahit hindi nyo na po mismong ilagay, step 1, write the given information. Step 2, illustrate. Yan. Kahit hindi nyo na po ganunin, basta po alam nyo po yung pagkakasunod-sunod na process ng pagsagot, mas okay po yun, no? Ito po is gabay lang naman para po hindi po tayo naliligaw doon sa pagsosolve. Wag po tayo mag-orthodox pagdating sa pagsosolve ng problems, kasi mas madali po kung may guidelines tayo at may process po tayo na sinusunod. And paulitin ko po, pwede nyo pong hindi sundin tong 5 steps na to. Pwede po kung paano kayo nasanay or kung paano po kayo masadadalian sa pag-solve ng problems, pwede nyo pong gamitin yan. Ito po ay papakita ko lang kung paano siya ginagawa o kung paano tayo magsagot ng word problems using these 5 steps. Okay, let's have an example. Ayan po. Ayan, meron po tayong dalawang examples para sa araw na to. At yung mga examples po na to is ito po mismo yung ating nasa CLAID module. Ipapakita ko po sa inyo kung paano ko sasagutan yung mga examples sa ating CLAID module using the 5 steps na pinakita ko po kanina. Okay, example number 1. A tower is 15.60 meter high. At a certain distance from the tower, an observer determines that the angle of elevation to the top of it is 45 degrees. How far is the observer from the base of the tower? Ayan. Tingnan po muna natin. Guhitan po muna natin yung ating as para po mamaya po yung tinatanong. Dali pa natin. Hanapin daw po natin kung gaano daw po kalayo yung observer from the tower. Okay. Ayan. Step 1 po kanina is write the given information. Ayan. Based po sa ating word problem or the problem is meron po tayong dalawang. We have 2 na information na binigay, which are angle of elevation, which is 45 degrees, and the tower is 15.60 meter high. Okay, example number 2 is this: sketch the graph or illustrate yung problem. I-illustrate po natin yung problem para mas madali po tayo makapagsagot mamaya. Okay. Pagdating po sa step 2, okay lang po kahit hindi po masyadong maganda or simpleng-simple lang po yung pagkaka-sketch natin. For example, we're talking about tower. Gagawin ko na lang siya parang building since tower lang naman po siya. Ayan. Tapos, this is the tower. Ayan. And then, nandito po yung observer. Ayan. Siya po yung observer natin. Sabi po sa given, the tower is 15.60 meter high. Sabihin po yung height po ng ating tower is 15.60 meter high. Then, from the observer point of view, papunta sa taas po, for example, that is a straight line. Ayan. Imagine niyo na lang po, straight line siya. And then, from the observer point of view to the top of the tower, yung angle po ng elevation natin, which is from the ground, from the observer above, that is the angle of elevation, which is 45 degrees po. Ayan. Ayan lang po yung ating i-sketch. Diba po madali lang i-sketch natin. Diba madali lang po mag-sketch. Simplihan nyo lang po. Mas simple, mas maganda. And then, identify po natin itong mga to. Yung mga given na ito. Since this angle is our reference angle. Kung mapapansin nyo po, this will be the 90 degrees. The tower and the ground. That is the 90 degrees. So, if this is our reference angle, ito pong height ng tower natin is magiging opposite side. Di ba po? This will be the opposite side. Mapapansin nyo po, di ba? This is the reference angle and the opposite side is this one. Di ba? Ayan. And then, yung side next to our reference angle will be the adjacent side. Yan po, para hindi po tayo malito. And then, this line of sight po natin above the observer will be the hypotenuse. Ayan. Since na-identify na po natin siya, tignan po ulit natin yung tinatanong. How far is the observer from the base of the tower? Gano'n daw po kalayo yung observer sa base ng ating tower? Ibig sabihin, yung adjacent po pala yung hinahanap. Diba? At least nalaman po natin na si adjacent po pala yung hinahanap. At i-denote ko po siya as X. Ayan. Ayan po yung given information. And then, na-sketch ko na po siya. Nakita na natin kung ano yung hinahanap, which is the adjacent of yung nabuo po nating right triangle. And then, i-apply po natin yung topic po natin last 2 weeks, which is the 6th trigonometric ratio and the kung meron pong given na special angle, ma-apply din po natin yan. Okay. Step 3. Ang step 3 po natin is identify the trigonometric ratio. Okay. Doon po sa sketch natin kanina, ang hahanapin po natin is the adjacent. And ang given po natin is the reference angle and the opposite side. Now, in the SOHCAHTOA, the mnemonic SOHCAHTOA, na ano po doon ang may opposite and adjacent? Since ang hahanapin natin is adjacent at ang given natin is opposite. Ano po doon sa SOHCAHTOA ang may opposite and adjacent? Isa-isayin po natin. So means sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent is equal to opposite over adjacent. Okay. Ayan po. Since naisa-isa na po natin, that is TOA. Or, the tangent theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. Okay. Since na-identify natin yung trigonometric ratio na gagamitin natin, next one is to substitute the given. Since we have two given po, which are the angle, which is yung sa theta po yun, this one, yung angle po natin, substitute po natin sa theta, that is 45 degrees, and the opposite side or the height of the tower is 15.60. The adjacent side, at dinenote ko po siya kanina as X. Next, step number 5 will be the simplify. Simplify po natin yung step 4. Yan. Tan 45 degree is equal to 15.60 over X. By cross multiplication. Yan. Tan 45 times X. And then, yung over 1 po ng tan 45 times 15.60. Kaya po naging ganyan. Tan X tan 45 is equal to 15.60. This is times. And then, para po ma-isolate natin yung X sa left side of our equation, we're going to divide both sides by 45. And then, makakancel na po yun. Yung tan 45 and then the tan 45. Yan, matitira po sa left side will be the X. X is equal to 15.60 over 1. Okay, bakit po naging over 1 si tan 45? Kasi po, dahil po yun, tan 45 is a special angle. 45 degrees is an special angle. So, pwede po natin i-apply yung last week po na topic natin, which is this one. Pag 45, itutupi natin yung middle finger natin, and then, susundin po natin tong steps na to. Bilangin po natin kung ilan yung sign. Yung bilang po ng sign is natira sa baba, yung daliring na tira sa baba. At yung cosine naman po is yung daliring na tira sa taas. Which is magiging square root of 2 over square root of 2. Square root of 2 divided by square root of 2 is equal to 1. Kaya po ang tan 45 is equal to 1. Then, 15.60 divided by 1 is 15.60. Therefore, kailangan po natin ng conclusion. Therefore, the distance of the observer to the tower is 15.60 meter. And po, sasagutan natin yung example number 1. Next po is the example number 2. Yan, ito na po ang ating example number 2. A ladder of length 20 meter is kept in against a wall of length 10 meters such that their topmost point is in contact with one another, and their bottom point are at certain distance, as shown in the figure. Find the angle subtended by the ladder on the floor. Ayan po Since dito po sa ating word problem na to, or sa problem na to, yung ating illustration po, or yung step number 2, is already given. Ito po, pinakita na kagad siya sa ating problem. Kasama na kagad siya, included na kagad. Pagka ganun po, mas madali na po natin masasagutan to. Yan. Kasi po, i-skip na natin yung step number 2. Yan. Simulan po natin sa step number 1. Step number 1 is write the given information. Yan. We have two given information, which are the ladder length, which is 20 meters, and the wall length is 10 meters. Or, yung haba po ng ladder is 20 meters, and yung taas po ng ating wall is 10 meters. Yan. Ang step 2 po natin, naging given na. Ito na po ang ating right angle. And then, this will be our reference angle. Yan. Kung ito po ang ating reference angle, this one, yung floor po natin will be the adjacent side. And then, the wall will be the opposite side. And the ladder will be our hypotenuse. And po, since nakita na po natin, naisa-isa na po natin, step number 3 na po tayo. Okay, identify the trigonometric ratio. Ang given po natin is the length of the ladder and the height of the wall, which is the length of the ladder is our hypotenuse, and the wall will be the opposite side. Kung meron po tayong hypotenuse and opposite, ano pong trigonometric ratio ang gagamitin natin? That is sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Yan. Sine. Yan. Alpha po yung ginamit ko dito. Yan, alpha. Sin alpha is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Kasi po, alpha po kasi yung ginamit sa given. Or sa problem. Sa illustration ng ating problem. Alpha. Kaya alpha na lang din po yung aking angle. Angle measure natin. Ayan. Step 4. Substitute the given. From this, sin alpha is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Isa-substitute po natin lahat. And that is sin alpha is equal to 10 over 20. Yung opposite po kasi natin, yung height po ng wall at yung hypotenuse natin is yung length ng ating ladder. Yan. Step number 5 is simplify. Ang una ko pong ginawa dito is nilowest term ko po muna yung nasa right side ng equation. That is 10 over 20. Pag nilowest term natin siya, that is 1/2. And po, para po ma-isolate natin yung A, since yung alpha po ang ating kukunin, o yung angle ng ating hinabuong angle from the floor, and the ladder, hinabuong angle po nila, yun po yung hinahanap natin. Kailangan po ma-isolate natin tong alpha sa left side of the equation. This one, yung alpha po na ito, si alpha. Yan. I-isolate po natin siya sa left side of the equation. At paano natin gagawin yun? We're going to multiply both sides by the inverse of the sine. Yan. Sine inverse, ito po yung kanyang symbol. Sine raised to negative 1. Yan. Sine inverse. Yan po. Para pag multiply po natin yung sine inverse sa sine, maka-cancel po yan. Ang matitira po sa left side will be yung A na lang. A is equal to sine inverse times 1/2. Now, paano natin makukuha yung sine inverse times 1/2? Gagamit po tayo ng calculator. Kailangan po natin gumamit ng calculator dyan. Ayan. Para ma-type na po natin yung sine inverse, katulad po tinuro ko nung first week natin. Shift, sine, and then 1/2. Then the answer is 30 degrees. Ayan po shift, ulitin ko po, shift, sign, then 1 over 2, then equal sign, then that is 30 degrees. Therefore, ang sagot po pala ng inverse sine inverse times 1/2 is equal to 30 degrees. Ayan po. Kaya, conclusion po natin sa ating problem, therefore, the angle subtended by the ladder on the floor is 30 degrees. Ayan po. Ganyan po mag-solve ng angle of elevation. In word problem, the word problem of angle of elevation. Sana po may natutunan tayo. Gamitin po natin yung 5 steps na to, no? Kahit hindi yung ganitong pagkakasunod-sunod. Kasi si 3, 4, and 5 is hata naman po na solution na yun. Si 1 is the given. 2, illustrate the given. O i-illustrate po natin yung word problem. Yung 3, 4, 5 is the solution itself, di ba po? Mapapansin nyo, solution na po yung 3, 4, and 5. Kaya kahit yun lang po yung sundin natin na process, masasagutan na po natin siya. Pero pag may po kasi kayo, itong step 1 to 5 po na to, pag sinusunod natin siya, hindi po tayo naliligaw na ano nga ba yung susunod? Ano na nga ba yung sunod na gagawin ko para masagutan ko to? Di ba po? Mas maganda po kung may guide tayo kung paano natin sasagutan yung word problem. Okay. Katulad ko po, mahina po kasi ako sa pagsagot ng word problem nung ako'y nasa high school pa. Kaya, ayun, kailangan po talaga natin itong step by step na to kung nahihirapan po tayo magsagot ng word problem. Okay. Ayun po, ito lang po ang ating topic para sa araw na to. That is the angle of elevation, the word problem involving angle of elevation. Sana po may natutunan po tayo sa araw na to. Maraming salamat po sa mga nanood. God bless, stay safe, stay at home, and thank you so much. Maraming salamat po. Bye-bye!